What the bloody hell is going on with this mob in Canberra?
You're telling me the Russians tried to plant a base in Indonesia, just a hop, skip and a boomerang throw from Darwin, and no one in the government wants to give us a straight answer? Mate, if you're not fired up yet, you'd better buckle in, cause we're about to dive headfirst into one of the dodgiest stories nobody wants to talk about. If you reckon things are already cooked under Albo's watch, wait till you hear what they are not telling you. Right, before we dive deep into this political circus, do us a favor, smash that like button, subscribe if you've still got the guts to hear the truth, and leave a comment telling me how cooked you reckon things are under this mob. Oh, and if you're as fed up as I am, grab the Albo Knows Best t-shirt, $16 for the next 48 hours.
Don't miss out. Links down below. So here's the yarn.
Sometime in February, while we were all busy arguing about Vegemite versus peanut butter, bloody Sergei Shoigu, Russia's ex-defense chief and full-time war criminal, was over in Jakarta, sipping tea with the Indo brass.
Didn't make much noise back then. Hardly a peep in the Aussie media.
But now, months later, we find out from a military intel journal, Yanes, ever heard of them, that Russia might have actually asked Indonesia if they could set up a military base. A proper one. Not a training weekend or some flyover, an actual base. Let that sink in. A Russian military footprint just 1,300 clicks from Darwin. That's about the same distance as Melbourne to Brisbane, mate. Not even enough time to finish a cold one before you're in striking distance. And what's the government say about it? No comment. Albo, Penny Wong, even Dickie Miles all doing their best impression of a stunned mullet. Nothing. Not even a "we are looking into it." Now I dunno about you, but when Polly's refused to answer a question that's serious, something's fishy. Former Home Affairs Secretary Mike Petsulo reckons the government knows more than it's saying, maybe even stuff that confirms this whole thing is real, or worse. But they won't talk.
Why?
'Cause it might give away intelligence methods.
Bull.
We ain't asking for launch codes, we just want to know if a foreign power is parking bombers next door.
And don't let em fool you with that Indonesia said no routine.
Yeah, sure they did, after we blew up about it.
But Indonesia has a history of flirting with Russia.
Back in 2017, they let a Russian Tu-95 Bear bomber land and take off from the exact same airfield being talked about now, Biak Air Base in Papua. Just a test run, they said. Yeah right, and I'm the Queen of bloody England.
That bomber didn't just show up for sightseeing. That was a dress rehearsal.
Here's where it gets spicy. Indonesia has been cozying up to Russia and even China. BRICS, ever heard of it? That little anti-America club with Brazil, Russia, India, China, and now Indonesia's flirting with it too. They are trying to ditch the US dollar, shift alliances, hedge their bets. It's all polite and diplomatic on the surface, but beneath it, there's a serious geopolitical chess match, and we are sitting on the board without even realizing it. Let me paint a picture. Russia and China are mates now, sorta. Russia owes China big time.
So what's to stop China from using Russia as a front to get into Indonesia?
China knows if they asked for a base, Indonesia would flip. But if Russia asks, maybe it flies under the radar. That's what Mike Petsulo hinted at, Russia playing stalking horse for China. Strategic bombers, training flights, logistics hubs, set up just close enough to make every Aussie general lose sleep. Now, if you're thinking, well surely the Yanks would jump in to help us out, think again. We've just finished building a new American base in Papua New Guinea, Manus Island, and that's a sitting duck if the Indo-Russian axis becomes a thing.
And don't forget Guam.
If Russia gets even limited basing rights, they can stretch their wings across the Bismarck Sea, hit Guam, Darwin, and our entire northern defense line.
Still think this is all tinfoil hat talk?
Ask yourself this. Why now? Why are all these moves being made while the world's busy arguing about TikTok bans and Taylor Swift concert tickets? Because distraction is the oldest play in the book. You stir up the culture wars, the identity politics, the petty scandals, and meanwhile in the shadows, foreign powers negotiate strategic strongholds. And look, I'm not saying Russia's got the base up and running tomorrow, but they are testing the waters. Soft power first, naval exercises, training missions, diplomatic visits. Then come the requests. Rotational deployments. Just a few engineers. Then boom, next thing you know, there's a hardened runway, a radar installation, and a couple of bombers doing laps near Darwin.
And don't get me started on Albo.
Mate's too busy getting TikTok tutorials from Gen Z staffers to even front the media properly. When asked directly if the Russian base thing is true, he flat out dodged it. Not even a "we are looking into it." Just "we don't comment on intelligence matters." That's not leadership, mate. That's hiding. If this was ScoMo, the media would be camped outside Kirribilli with pitchforks.
But Albo? He gets a pass cause he looks relatable in a high-vis vest at Bunnings.
This ain't just about military bases. It's about sovereignty. It's about trust. And it's about how little we are being told. When a former defense boss openly says we should be concerned but not surprised, that's code for "you're being played." The pollies know the truth. They just don't think you deserve to hear it. So, here's what I reckon.
Someone in Canberra needs to grow a spine and tell the Australian people what's really going on.
Was the request made? If so, who knew about it?
When did we know? And what's the plan if Indonesia backflips and does allow it in the future? 'Cause make no mistake, Russia ain't asking for a beach house in Bali.
They are eyeing strategic reach, influence, leverage.
And that leverage sits uncomfortably close to our backyard. You still reckon this is all just noise? Ask yourself why they are so quiet about it. You ever seen this lot stay silent on anything unless it's explosive? The silence says it all.
If you've made it this far and your blood's not boiling yet, maybe check your pulse.
We are sleepwalking into a future where our northern doorstep could be used as a launch pad by a hostile nation. And nobody's sounding the alarm. So I'm doing it. Smash that like button if you're sick of being kept in the dark. Share this video before it disappears into the algorithmic void.
And if you want to send Albo a message, grab the Albo Knows Best shirt. Only $16 for the next 48 hours.
Links down below.
'Cause clearly, he knows something, he's just not telling us. Cheers for watching. Stay sharp, stay loud, and remember, when they don't want you asking questions, that's when you have to.